Coming up right here at Circle Debate Podcast, episode 44, part 1. This is AEW part 1 and AEW news we're talking about. And part 1, we're going to go ahead and discuss the aftermath, the go home episode for AEW's Revolution coming up this Sunday. We'll be speaking about that, giving our predictions of, who's going to win, So we're going to end. We're also going to go ahead and, discuss who are these two individuals that are debuting this Sunday. So, we're going to give our predictions about that. And in part 2, we will also, when the Money Mike, I was going to say the American Hero, but no, it's Money Mike, he'll be joining me as well. So we're going to be discussing about our new Crown World Champions and his thoughts about that, and basically WWE and NXT in part 2. And pro wrestling news as well. So don't go anywhere as episode 44 begins. What time?
Now.
There you go.
Is that the right answer?
That's the right answer. Welcome everyone to the Circle of Debate Podcast, episode 44, part 1, ladies and gentlemen. He's the host of Devious One IBC here with my familia, the faction, the West,
Generation West.
That's right, the family here. I'm joined right here by El Director, the director, El Director, the one and only CK1.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you guys there. Welcome to my Adobe.
Aww.
my Casa de Fuego.
Casa de Fuego. There you go. And also we have.
That's a wrestling term.
Right, it is. Right. We have the Hatter of all Hatters. He is the Carbonation Painmaker. But he's not wearing a hat today. But I forgot.
Oh well, maybe you thought it was. I didn't have the glasses, but in reality, I really did.
Where did Matt go now?
Yeah. He's on a different plane of reality right now.
Well, of course, anything's possible. We recreate reality. It's that next level reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Callis.
What's going on, everybody?
And that's right. Now, before we get into anything else.
And what about you? You're the devious one, Ivan.
I already said
You're
mine.
important too. He's
mine.
here. You didn't say your name, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, its choice is important, so I said it for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So nice, he said it twice.
I love that.
Now, before we get into anything at all, ladies and gentlemen, we want to go ahead and pay our respects and our condolences to
Absolutely.
Crockett Jr. family, man. They have done a lot for the business, for us fans.
Crockett's. Jimmy Crockett Jr.
That's right. Jimmy Crockett Jr. Just passed away 24 hours ago. So, it is unfortunate due to organ failure. And we just, like I said, we just give our condolences. And we want to thank, especially the Crockett Promotions, for giving us where it is today. So, they built a foundation that, man, it's hard to explain, but it's so much.
NWA, WCW, yeah.
Yeah, like literally anything. You can say Vince may be the Godfather, but the Crockett's are God.
Yeah,
yeah.
Definitely agree.
I'd say Jimmy Crockett Jr. is definitely Vince's contemporary in every sense of the word, because we're Vince McMahon Jr. is really his real name. Like if we really call people in the order that they are, Jimmy Crockett Jr., Vince McMahon Jr. These two could have gone to school together. So Vince's counterpart or equivalent, each of the families.
Yeah.
We still have Jerry Jarrett and many of the others. So.
Yeah, definitely. But once again, yes, our condolences to the family. Now let's go on and switch it around now. What a weekend of a lot of professional wrestling. Tell you that we saw fucking Kenta, Moxley, What a great match on that on New Japan Strong. Woo, retaining still your IWGP US champion. And also want to give congratulations to Desperado becoming the junior IWGP heavyweight champion after 7 fucking years. Finally getting that singles belt, and I'm congratulating him. And also want to congratulate to los Ingobernables, La Facción from Ring of Honor, new World Tag Team Champions, Dragon Lee and Kenny King, defeating the Foundation, Jay Lethal, and Jonathan Gresham. That was another incredible match. If you have not seen it, go back on the YouTube and look for those matches because they were incredible. And they were pure rule style, which Money Mike loves that type of style, like UFC type of style mixed with pro wrestling. Now, and also one person to congratulate, which I wanted to save it. He has now became, I feel it's 2, but I know I'm gonna get heat for it. He is but I feel like it's 2, but he is the 3rd African American WWE champion, and that is the almighty Bobby Lashley. Congratulations, you deserved it. You are now a former ECW world champion.
He was the first, right, or something like that. Of that new brand.
Yeah, that new brand. Then he was a former Impact TNA world champion, and now he is a WWE champion. Wow.
Yeah, that's a weird order to go in too. I think AJ went in that order. I think you don't see anybody going from like Impact world champ to WWE world champ in that order. If anything, it's the other way around. Sometimes it's like you hold the title in WWE, then you go on to somewhere else and hold the title. But in a major promotion, I don't mean like going from WWE to an indie thing, but I mean from major promotion to major promotion. So I'm really appalled that this is his first official heavyweight title run. I honestly thought that he had it back in the day in his first run. I thought he had something, but insane. It took him at least like 11 years. Like, I don't understand. The dude is built to be the face of the company for sure. I just mean it like every sense of the word.
Oh, there you go. Definitely agree. You feel the same way, Mr. Matt Callis.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley's a big guy, you know, making it happen. You know, I was thinking about like the whole what Chris was saying, going from big company to TNA Impact. You know, I was thinking about like, okay, the people who wasn't WWE to TNA Impact was, I could just off the top of my head, Jeff Jarrett and Sting. You know, because neither of them held the WWE championship.
Exactly. And I don't know, did AJ ever have the heavyweight title in Impact? I imagine he did, right?
Yeah, he did.
Well, multiple times.
Yeah. So, I mean, he would be the only one I can think off the top of my head who held it in Impact first, and then came over.
Yeah.
And held it here. I think
other way around.
Yeah,
who I can think of.
I'm with you 100% because he was Impact, then he went to New Japan. Won the belt over there.
Yeah.
Came in WWE and won the
There's
belt.
no one else that held it in Impact first and then WWE. That in itself is a giant challenge because we know how Vince feels about other people's talent.
You know, before we move to AEW, one question. Now that you brought up AJ, did he ever win the Ring of Honor? Because I don't remember. I don't know if he ever won the Ring of Honor.
Look that right up. I always got my resources right in front of me, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. Because I don't recall if he did. Wow, he's AJ for me. That's why I'm a big AJ fan because of that reason.
Yeah,
this motherfucker it's been world champ almost everywhere. So it's like
coming down right now. Ring of Honor Pure Champion, World Tag Team Champion, Wrestling Championship Tournament 2004. So I don't know what the Pure Champion is, a World Heavyweight title, but it's the biggest title he had.
Okay, yeah. So he never won it.
In Ring of Honor, yeah.
Okay, he never won it. All right. So now let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. This is AEW. It's time to start from AEW. This Go Away Home Dynamite. The opening match. Woo! Matt's favorite best friend, you know. Hey, man. What's going on, you know?
What's going on? It's Shaq. I'm the cutest in the world. I'm Shaq.
And Jade Cargill versus beating Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet. Can we give a round of applause to Shaq? I'm sorry, man. I have to. I'm going to have to, man. This guy, and on my apology, I just want to get it out of my chest very quick. Then I'll let you guys comment as well. This guy, honestly, fucking impressed me. He literally for the first time in his career, I mean, in pro wrestling,
in not basketball career, I don't think so.
No, yeah, in pro wrestling, he finally had a full match. He never had a full match in WWE. He's been in battle royals. He's been like in segments. I'm like, no pun intended, hating on WWE, none of that, none of that at all. But I'm glad that he had the opportunity here, and I'm glad it was an opening match because of great opener. First of all, this guy went through a table.
Two tables.
It takes 2 tables.
Shit,
dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, but this guy overall impressed me of his in-ring skills, ability. He did basic fundamentals. I loved it because how he did it, how he sold it as well. I like the fact he did, tribute to Brody Lee, that power bomb. Loved that as well. Yeah. I was really impressed. The one that I was not impressed, which everybody are gonna give me shit about it, was Jade Cargill. Not impressed.
Okay, I'm gonna give you shit about that.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I mean, I need more matches in order for me to be sold by her. I was okay. She had
that wasn't really like her spotlight per se. I know she got the pin. She had a sick finisher. I think she stole Lana's finisher, but she did it well. But it was the Shaq and Cody show for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. But Jade, Little Green, still needs a little bit more.
She's ripped. She's cute. She's great.
I'm not disagreeing about.
She's literally like Bobby Lashley, the lady.
Oh wow!
As far as just like presence, like she would be right at home in the Hurt Business for sure.
Yes, I'm with you on that. Presence, yes, but just the in-ring, of course, still got a little bit more work to do. So I'm looking forward to see her. Yeah,
she didn't really. In my opinion, they gave her the minimal that she needed, but I didn't see her. What she did pull off, I didn't see her like botching anything.
Just like 3 botches of what I saw.
You saw 3 botches. I'll have to rewatch it because I saw kind of just the ending there.
Yeah,
she just spear. She kicked out of the spear. Yeah. She gave the double underhook face plant. Got the pin. The pin looked clean. She posed. I'll go back and watch it if I have to. Yeah, give her time. But that, in my opinion, it's fair to say that was the Shaq show, and she'll probably get her single match in squash.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, I'm with you. And like I said, it's that's just it. Other than that, I mean, I'm looking forward for her future. I'm with you. Presence, appearance, she got it. She got a couple moves that I was by far impressed. But just a little bit more work to do, and I'm hoping that she has. I hope that story goes with her in Red Velvet, so she can get more work in the ring, and then we'll see her, hopefully, feuding with Nyla Rose or anybody. Man, I think this girl, this woman is gonna probably be the like. I know everybody compares to the next China, but she's her own, and then I think this time,
I think it's more important to say she's the first. Anybody is the first of herself, like. There's that kid coming up in the Performance Center. Everyone's going like the next Brock Lesnar. How about just calling him the first him? That's what.
There we go. That's very sweet.
I like to see that. I'm tired of people like, oh, it's the next big Brock Lesnar, the next Bobby Lashley. No, it's the first that guy. Yeah.
And they could probably move differently or have more acting abilities. 2 big things to take away from this match, though. I have a complete 180 from what I thought of Shaq. So, and especially some of Shaq's moves are pretty cool. I think the main thing to take away is Shaq's psychology is off the charts.
Shaqology?
That's going to be, here it is, Chris, virtual high five, Shaqology. Anytime, if you put Shaq in angles, like I wasn't that big on the promos, but now that I saw what he does in ring with the non-verbal, like the looks Shaq gives you, he's like,
yeah.
Like that sneer on his face is like, come on, Cody, let's see what you got. Like,
and how professional? Obviously, Cody is a consummate professional. If you watch that bump, and I don't mean to break the fourth wall and pull the curtain back on the business, but when Shaq took that bump, it was a clean bump for sure. He took that. That looked like it probably hurt, no matter how many tables were set up ringside. Cody immediately covered him, made sure to whisper and make sure he was okay. And you could see Shaq tapped him, which meant he's okay. So if you watch that replay, I know they cut it quick and tried to cut to Jade because they were giving up the script on that.
Giving him the Iggy, very much.
Yeah. So like Cody was on top of making sure Shaq was safe. Shaq was totally fine. It looked like from the response. They cut to Jade just to get the camera off of that little exchange, but that was a solid bump that took him out the rest of the match. Like that definitely left something unsaid. As far as the match ended, the match was over, but the Cody Shaq thing is not done.
You know, this is my impression of Shaq from now on. Instead of the hey, Cody, instead of that, it's gonna be more like that's pretty much Shaq. Like the whole time, he's locking up with Cody. He's like, hey, Cody. That's like him the whole match. Yeah. Jade's like a fraction of the kind of Jade was smirking quite a bit too. Like the heel team was kind of like.
Yeah,
we know what you're talking about. I'll say this about Jade is like I was like she's 6 foot something.
At least, yeah, I can't even.
Yeah, and I was really surprised at that, and I think that's going to make the women's division more like varied.
How tall is Jade Cargill?
Yeah, I think it was like.
Okay, she's 5'10", but she wears boots. So.
Oh yeah, so maybe she's like 6 flat, maybe. Yeah, with the boots.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Jade's gonna be very fun for the like more varieties in the angles with the women's division. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna say this, Ryan. Like, I'm just on that subject. Is that a great feud? And this is gonna sound probably not that crazy. Is that a great feud for Jade? Is gonna be Sunny Kiss.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Hey, you know what?
That'd be hilarious. After she destroys Velvet Rose, which is what I think is gonna happen, or maybe this is in my opinion. Move on to Sunny Kiss. Like that would be great feud.
Yeah.
You think out of the box, and I love you for that.
And we haven't seen Sunny Kiss in a minute since the tournament, so I haven't. Maybe on Dark. On Dark, definitely a lot.
I mean, here and there, but Sunny Kiss is trying to graduate, trying to get his MA.
Sunny is awesome. Like,
yeah, very humble.
I mean, okay, so here, real quick, I'm gonna say this just as the kind of cover my ass a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I am very aware that Sunny Kiss prefers the pronouns he and she, her and him. Okay. So you can literally say Sunny Kiss, he's a great wrestler, she's a great wrestler. So that being said, I just wanted to if we start getting into Sunny Kiss territory, it's on her Twitter that we can use those pronouns. He is awesome. Him, she, that person, Sunny Kiss with the Joy Janela thing, that's a hilarious storyline, but he can wrestle his ass off and he is creative and original. And just can't wait to down the line see more from that talented wrestler.
Yeah,
with the new people coming in from Japan and some of the new women debuting, I think there's a lot of interesting matchups.
In Ito would be great.
We're going to continue. I'll get to like both Jade Cargill and because I was gonna say before I get ahead of myself, Jade Cargill and Ryo Mizunami would be really fun. But we'll talk about that more once we get to the finale of the women's tournament.
Definitely, 100%. But yes, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The director said it first. He said it. Sunny Kiss, Jade Cargill. If that does happen,
I think that would be cool. I think that they probably have Jade go through that kind of.
It'll be fun though. It'll be a fun.
Not like the way Kenny did. I think that was the last time I remember seeing Sunny was like Kenny squash. But. Yeah, that'd be entertaining. I just want more Sunny Kiss on the mic in the ring. Like, there's so many original ideas they can put with her.
Oh yeah, definitely. So all right, so let's move on. So I don't want to touch the Pac and Ray Phoenix. That was a squash match, very quick. I didn't even nothing to talk about.
Dude, how fast is Pac's spin kicks when he hits those spinning back kicks, dude? Holy shit, he's so fast and accurate with those things. I don't know how he fakes it. Like he's just goddamn. And their intro is so sick.
I love
their intro is so sick, dude. Everything I love. I'm so glad they're back together. I'm so glad Pac is off that little island where he was literally going crazy. Those promos where he's sitting there talking to himself and they flash the other Pacs, and then you heard like the Eddie Kingston script in the back of his head. Oh my god, I was so scared. I was like, oh, he's gonna come back even more bastardized.
I love it though, but it was very squash, man. I was just like cringing every move they were doing.
It was a tag team as well, as they were saying. It was 2/3 of Death Triangle, so like Death hypotenuse or whatever.
But I guess I was cringing. I'm like shit, just those kicks. and then just like very quick matchup. I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, just squash. Buddy.
Yeah, it's good. They had to put him over. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
It's cool.
They crammed a lot onto this card, and I'll talk about who they didn't have on this card at the end of this. But
definitely, we
will keep going down what was featured.
All right, now let's go to the MGF Jericho press conference. I just want to touch that subject because
hosted by Barstool Sports, which is an amazing content creator. Barstool Sports is fantastic. It's basically what Spike TV wanted to be. Spike TV wanted to be like the place for bros and frat boys, and Barstool Sports just made it smarter and funnier and took it off. It's an app. They do like a tough man competition that Bill Burr is a commentator. It's a meme website. It's highlights. It is literally just everything you would want in a website, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. You said it right there, sir.
That being said, I love that they were on AEW. I was like, oh shit, Barstool Sports is on my TV. Sick.
You know, to quote Brian Pillman, Bischoff, or should I say jack off? Like that was like
that was funny too. I love how nobody was acting like he was a big deal. It's like EB, like, oh yeah, I know you. You look like someone I don't like, or whatever MJF said. Something about nipples. Did you see something about nipples? What did MJF say?
No, that was that went for Conrad Thompson. I wanted to mention that. I felt bad for Conrad. Like, damn.
He said something about I'm gonna milk your nipples or something. I forget what the line was.
Oh yeah, they were talking about the Conrad because MJF was like, "Look here, turkey tits."
That's what it was. I was like, dude, MJF just 3-pointers left and right on the microphone, dude.
I swear, if you looked at Conrad's face, he wanted to laugh, but he did not want to say it. He didn't break kayfabe.
He probably had no idea that was coming in direction. They came from the golden god himself of being a heel.
I love it, man. I love that Jericho just like, hey, go back to Nebraska. I'm like, he's from Alabama, bro.
Dude, I'm crying right now from just. I knew there was something. Yeah, I watched it this morning. It was such a
turkey tits. Oh, I'm sorry, Conrad. I love you.
What does that even mean? It just
gobble.
It's random.
As much as people are not liking MJF, but I love this guy, man.
What the fuck are they talking about? They don't like him because he's because he's a heel, like you're like in the kayfabe sense, or they don't actually like him.
They don't actually like him because of on both levels.
They're stupid. They need to go somewhere else. I don't know where else they're gonna get their bad guy comedy from, but MJF.
I love it, man. I totally love it. I mean, yeah. Your thoughts about that conference overall, and Mr. Matt Kylis?
Well, I have to say that Chris is bringing the magic, and MJF's bringing the magic, and it's just like, yeah.
I thought you meant me. I'm like, I'm doing what now?
They gotta bring on like more just different ways to use Eric Bischoff. That was a pretty fun one though overall.
Bischoff.
I like that it's sporadic and we're not getting sick of him.
Yeah,
that's a great thing. How it's kind of few and far between.
His appearances.
Which you can listen to him on 83 Weeks. I do love his show. I mean, he doesn't talk about only about WCW, but he talks about the president as well as the product, how it is. He gives his opinions. I love it. I love that Eric's
and how it kind of relates to the past as well.
Oh yeah, certain levels, but you can't go back to the past and compare it to the present. It's a different era, man. It's a different era. But I agree. But yeah, but then overall, we did see that Young Bucks came out out of nowhere. Of course, beat the shit out of them. Tables. Was it Table Wednesdays or what the fuck? Because
I know, right? I'm trying to just.
I'll get you a table. Table of 3.
Table 3, right?
Table for 1.
3. Oh shit!
I love that show, bro. I love that show.
Yes, I love it. I mean, it's gonna be hyped up, but yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to the card shortly. All right, so I want to move on with that very briefly because I want to touch bases with FTR and Tully Blanchard.
Let's do it.
That one. And J
Dillon.
Oh my God! I was like
the black jacket himself.
There you go. There you the 4 horsemen right there. Which we are the 4 horsemen right here. We are, but even though we're missing one, but he's on hiatus. But we're 4. Technically, we're 4. We're 4 right now. But definitely, I mean, against Jurassic Express, great match, great to see. I was kind of scared for Tully Blanchard, to be honest with you. I was like, oh shit,
a little bit. I was very they were going to use
Tully Blanchard's Ric Flair strut. Ooh.
Oh my god!
See, you don't even have to do the backflip. You just have to go woo. Like I was wooing as much as I can at home.
But did you realize that we're wearing just the old school original tag team titles?
From 1984.
The U.S. title belt.
The U.S. title belt that Tully was wearing. Wow, man.
Not original.
I was far impressed. Him doing the slingshot suplex, man. He actually, I gotta give kudos to Tully Blanchard on this one, man. I love it.
Ivan, this is going to be the first reaction I'm going to watch that Cornette posts up. I want to see what he thinks of this because he hates Marco Stunt and he thinks, Jurassic Express is goofy. That's what Cornette thinks. But his best buddies, Tully and JJ, he's got like his favorite like people from his favorite era. So I want to see how like divided he feels on it, or just what kind of mental gymnastics he's going to attempt to reason with this. I thought it was such a treat. It was like really past, present, and future all mixed together in one segment.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I'm with you on that. And then we did see that old school fashion. JJ Dillon passing the shoe. Bam. Ooh. I don't want to be it. That was like the old school Four Horsemen instant classic way back in the days. And obviously the winners of this match was them because, we had an interruption from, interference, from Sean Spears. And which we found out after the match. Then after that, and then you see Arn coming out of nowhere is giving the Four Horsemen signal right to the sign, giving the sign right there. Man, I don't know. Director, what do you feel about this? I mean, do we see a new version of Four Horsemen, and who will be the fourth member? Could it be Cody?
Oh no, definitely not. God no, I hope not.
Keep him in babyfaceville.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with this kid on the way, he's about to take a vacation. That's just my opinion.
Yes.
So FTR, Sean Spears, and then a fourth. Oh man. I actually have not given it any thought. So looking at the current roster, I don't think that there's anybody that stands out right now. I could theoretically who I would like fan fiction who exists right now. But I can't think of anybody right now who's like actually woven into the threading of that storyline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nobody directly connected right now besides it being actually Blanchard, which I don't think is going to happen. It would be nice to get like a Pillman in there or Austin Gunn. Have them all. Just have them turn on like their dad or something like that, or whatever.
Somebody was saying Scorpio Sky for some reason.
Yeah, but that's like I'm saying, that's if we're the bookers right now and we're fan fictioning a storyline.
Yeah.
But there's nobody like they're not dropping hints that this is even going to be a thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to it later, but I don't know if it's anybody who may be making their big breaking debut on Sunday. So this is all speculation it lines up for that to be the case because obviously we have 3 out of 4 people right now as of that day, the re-debut of Sean Spears, who went radio silent, deactivating every social media for the past at least 60 days.
Yes.
60 days.
Coming in like a shadow.
Yeah, for sure. Cameraman. But yeah, no, I would just be guessing and speculating who I'd like to see in that fourth person spot. And Scorpion Sky, maybe. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. That's all I got.
All right. Matt Callis, talk to me.
It's you could go a lot of different ways with this, but like new talent is definitely the way to go, or edging towards new in that fourth man position. Of course, FTR has been around a minute, and Sean Spears has a previous history, but you could even think of somebody coming over from Japan filling that position, or from Mexico. And keep in mind all the different people involved. Like the talent pool is endless. Once again, with this Forbidden Door, the possibilities are endless. Like we've said on a previous interview. They could even be coming from Ring of Honor, Japan. Who knows? MLW. So many different places to go. What was it? If I was gonna think like that fits with like a heel foursome, I'd probably get Richard Holiday if I was personally booking it.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Which with Matt did mention that, by the way. If you guys, hopefully, you guys enjoyed the previous interview that we had with Adnan Qureshi. That was a great interview. So energetic. Thank you once again, Adnan, if you're watching this, and hopefully to have you back soon.
Yeah, he seemed generally excited and stoked. He was almost as stoked as you guys were to be there. So he really, you felt the love on that interview.
It's an even distribution of energy.
Yeah, he was definitely like, I'm just some guy on the mic, man. I don't even know why you guys are interviewing me. This is awesome. He was almost a mark for us in a sense, or a mark for just being interviewed, someone who someone else thought was important. I really felt the humbleness from him.
That's right. You did okay. You want my opinion about who could be the fourth member? You said about breaking those barriers, breaking the walls, right? So why don't we break those barriers and break those walls? Why don't we add?
So Jade Cargill?
Why don't we add Tessa Blanchard to that and make it? She could literally. I mean, I know.
I love that so much. I hope
That'll be
she
interesting.
ends up somewhere. I know that there's some controversy around her. I wasn't there for those locker room things. I know there's some issues where apparently she had best friends that she sort of mistreated backstage. I don't know the details. Not my business from a fan's point of view. Yeah. Wrestling, yeah, absolutely. That would be a great fourth person right there.
Definitely, because
it would get a lot of people talking.
You will get a lot of heat for sure.
And she'll be the first female to break those break those barriers. Now having AEW of
you don't want to get too deep into it. You're going to get a bunch of those people like it's horse men, not horse women. No,
I don't care.
Let's
make it fun.
Yeah, why not? Because she could possibly go. She is going to be the first individual to break the barriers of now introducing intergender matches in AEW. She could do that. She's done that in Impact.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
becoming the champion,
becoming the first ever female world champion for a men's title.
Ivan, you have me on to two possible matchups. So Tessa, Sami Callihan has a history of tagging with Jon Moxley. We could get Tessa versus Moxley. I think that would be really interesting.
Oh
that would be.
That'd be something. I don't know how I feel about that. As far as that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I think that would be. I think that would be really captivating. I would be very captivating. Other than that, because we were just talking about Jade Cargill, and then we're also talking about Maki Ito, and now you're talking about Tessa Blanchard. I'm already imagining a three-way with them. Look how different those three alone look. They're just, all three of those women are from completely different planets in the solar system. Yeah. Maki Ito, Jade Cargill, Tessa Blanchard, and now Ryo Mizunami, and now Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, and the list goes on. It's just it feels like there's more variety. I mean, no diss on the blonde-haired, blue-eyed women, but this feels more like you get more. You get more bang for your buck, more, what the buffet that is AEW. You really get that buffet experience here.
Definitely, 100% with you on that. And the possibilities are unknown, so we will have to wait and tune in like everyone else. Now, I want to move forward. This I don't know if you guys caught this. So right after the match, right? You see Tony Schiavone coming out. About to go introduce Paul White coming out, and they were talking about Elevation coming up March 15th, and I don't know if you guys caught that JJ Dillon went over there.
Yeah, he said you don't get paid extra for that. Yeah, that was good stuff.
I was laughing. I was like, I try to go back and do my research. Does Schiavone has heat with JJ Dillon back in the days? And
I don't know. Maybe
I'm curious now.
We'd have to go look it up, but that was funny either way. Tony put him in his place because he tried to get up. Here's the rule of journalism. There's two rules for journalism: is never give up the mic. So if you're interviewing somebody, never let them hold the mic. You lose all your power. That's like journalism 101. And the other thing is if you're not interviewing someone, don't let them talk on the mic. Mm-hmm. Those are two things that JJ was trying to do, is take the mic and talk on the mic, and it wasn't his time. And being the professional that Tony was, just verbally smacked him across the face. It was pretty funny. As far as heat goes between the two, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I God!
Doubt it. If they're working together, maybe they have some mutual
something from the territories.
It has to be something back in the territory days, because Man, that was hilarious. You see the whole crowd like, oh, like I was like, wow, I can't believe you just bet. And he saw JJ who still stood there. He's like, you motherfucker. I'm pretty sure he wanted to. I know he wanted to like just smack him, bro. But then he had to walk off. I'm like, sorry, JJ. I mean, Shimon has a point, man. We're on TV time. You gotta hello, I'm not here to talk to you.
Yeah.
And Paul White, they come out, did say, we are gonna sign someone huge. But
I have no idea. Yeah, like if you know, I know Side Slam Wrestling on Instagram posted like a poll of who you think it is with like 4 wrestlers, but I don't even. Those are probably just random 4 people. I know CM Punk was on that list. I'm like, no, I definitely rule out CM Punk because if he's gonna come back and it's gonna be for money only, he's gonna get Vince's money because at the end of the day, I think Vince would pay more for CM. Obviously, that didn't happen to Paul White. But I don't think Vince was just willing to pay him that much. But I think CM will definitely, if he comes back, he's going to take that McMahon paycheck.
Yeah.
CM Punk's been very verbal about like not working with AEW. Like he's so upfront about it, and that he's getting backlash about it. But my 3 people that I have in mind for that, it could go one of 3 ways. So when we think about like the possible people that could show up in AEW, we could think there's like one of 3 choices, and they mean very different things each to what AEW is doing with each of these 3 paths that they're going. So obviously, like number 1, this is the longest shot and the most unlikely. Dwayne Johnson. If they go in that direction, that means they're throwing, it means Tony Khan's throwing all kinds of money at the wall, and he's trying to bring in whatever celebrities he can. Anybody
I don't think that'd be a spaghetti move. Which the reference for me, you throw spaghetti at the wall, if it sticks, it's ready to be eaten. I don't think that would be a spaghetti move. I think that would be a very deliberate home run move.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think that's like a let's see if this works. That's like a fucking nuclear bomb.
Yeah,
absolutely working.
How much money you could get?
Yeah, there's no guesswork in bringing The Rock to AEW.
But I mean, like saying like if you're bringing The Rock in, you're also thinking like he might even be going as far outside of. So there's
if The Rock showed up, that's a great prediction. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and it just means that they're going to try to bring in celebrities from anything, music, movies, wherever. So choice number 2, Rob Van Dam. If they go with the Rob Van Dam route, that means they're going to go for like the quality of matches. They want to make quality matches rather than just like big name celebrities.
So that would bring it even. That would take. I mean, I don't want to say like every match is like a 7 or better. I'd say on average, every match would be like a 6. That would definitely bring in like fucking a bunch of 8s for sure.
Yeah, because having Rob Van Dam there, Rob Van Dam versus Kenny Omega, Rob Van Dam's the same age as Chris Jericho, and you would have to you would continue that kind of lineage in addition to like RVD. They could bring in Will Ospreay, your Zack Sabre Juniors, just all these great people from all different parts of the world.
Is basically a wet dream right now.
Of course, and not just a wet dream. It's more than a possibility. It could Jerry Lynn's like there, knows both guys. Probably one of my somebody I want to see. He's currently coaching, but who knows? You could ref that match. RVD refed AJ Styles. I mean, Jerry Lynn refed the match where it's AJ Styles versus RVD in Impact, and I thought that was really cool. But to continue on, so the option number 3 because I said Dwayne Johnson, RVD. So number 3 for whatever direction that they go with. And, it's like off the Kurt Angle. And it's kind of cool that the American Hero, Money Mike, just joined us.
Well, that's right. And I wanted to go ahead and give your attention, ladies and gentlemen, to this individual. He is a multi-time recording artist, He is a graduate from Cal State Dominguez Hills. He's a 2018 LA karaoke champion. He lives 1,977,000 miles from Winnipeg, Minnesota, Canada. He is the master disaster, the king of Sting, the man with the plan. Ladies and gentlemen, Money.
By God, Lopez.
He said it for me.
Music to my ears. Always great to see you guys. Circle debates. Let's do this.
So
Yes,
continuing on, like
So
Money.
you said there's two big debuts. Is what we're hearing for Sunday, and then
Yeah.
you're thinking it's two out of three of your picks are the two.
Yeah, and then Kurt Angle, if they go with the Kurt Angle option, that means they're going for not just quality of matches, but they're going for really pleasing that classical wrestling audiences, people who love catch as catch can.
And wiping the slate clean on that Baron Corbin clean retirement match.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as much as I don't hate Baron Corbin as much as people do, should not have gone down that way. It didn't do anything for Baron's career, and it didn't definitely do anything for Kurt's end.
You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna throw in my fourth option because I already had my. Chris, you weren't here. I don't know if you watched the video of me explaining the whole theory why. I don't have to go through the whole. I made a little separate video, short clip of that. But number 4 for the other is very similar to number 1 for what the route.
Oh, hell yeah!
Don't see it happening. Do not see it happening. I don't see it happening.
No, that guy's retired. Not him. That guy's retired. No, I was talking about.
Kurt's kind of retired.
Oh yeah, but you know he seems like he could still go. His
Probably
body.
more realistically, will probably more realistically return to the ring. But yeah.
But number 4, because I had a short video about it, is number 4 is John Cena. So
I heard that too.
Yeah, but I think the thing is like Kurt Angle, John Cena, Dwayne Johnson, like we're using real names. Like Rob Van Dam is, I don't know, I already know for sure AEW doesn't own the rights to that name.
Right.
At all. I mean, not AEW, WWE.
I don't even think
No, nobody owns it. Robert Dam owns his own name. He's
Yeah.
that owns it. So he did.
And Kurt Angle and John Cena are their birth names, so you can't take away a birth name. So
look, celebrities. Like Dwayne is a celebrity. I mean, like I was saying, I mean, we did see George Masvidal there backstage. I don't know why he's doing there, but he's still on the contract with UFC. We don't know. But don't be great.
The Ali clause too.
Yeah,
the Ali clause is something that prevents
Cain Velasquez.
Remember, we saw Henry Cejudo there not that long
and
ago.
Detour, Henry Cejudo, Detour Belfort, that stupid with Tyson angle, the angle that was supposed to go somewhere and then randomly, they didn't really know. It was before the Tyson Jones fight was signed, so that was going to be a thing. And then they were like, "Oh, I'd rather go make $100 million."
He made a lot more than that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Mike, who do you think we're going to see this Sunday?
Apparently, there's 2 surprise big signees. Showing up at Evolution because Big Show called it Evolution. I don't know if you want to go back and listen.
That's a very interesting question. I really think that if I don't know, I really think that it's not going to be a WWE person. I might even go as far as to say maybe, and I'm reaching way out there. Alistair Overeem. He recently got let go from UFC.
And Junior Dos Santos.
And Dos Santos, of course. But Alistair Overeem, he looks like he is a monster of a dude.
Lean into the mic. Lean into the camera for a second, Mike. I love that. I love that. No tested Alistair Overeem is so much more scarier than any other pro wrestler. Oh my god,
that'll be really fun.
That guy is huge, and
oh my god,
perfect English. He is Hall of Fame worthy. Really, this guy goes all the way to the Pride days. So yeah, I'm throwing that name out there, Alistair Overeem.
God, I love that. Oh god, that's so good. I hope you're right. If you're not right, I'm not mad because it's such a wild answer.
It is such a wild answer, and hopefully that is. I really
40 years old from London, England.
Okay, well, I'm like, okay. Well, I will jump into the other one for the ladder match later because I'd rather touch that one.
Oh, wait, I got a prediction. Come on, we all got predictions.
I know. No. We're not done yet. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, and I apologize. I'm trying to get to me, and I'm saving you for last, baby. I'm saving you for last.
Don't worry, man. My answers aren't as good as that Overeem answer. Jesus Christ.
Oh, look. I'm gonna touch about that ladder match. I'm only touching about with his announcement, what he said. So I'm touching about that. There could be so many possibilities. He said he's an upcoming, Hall of Famer. I love Mike's answer. And very interesting.
Did he use that phrasing? Did he use that pronoun? Did he?
No, that's the catch right there, because he did not use that. He said he's a future Hall of Famer.
You said he's a future, or they are a future Hall of Famer?
No.
Verbatim. Hall of Fame worthy.
Thank you for correcting.
So he never said he was.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay,
verbatim, Hall of, yeah.
Go my answer.
Okay. So I mean, it could be done, and I like Matt's choice with RVD. I feel like, yeah.
RVD or Kurt. That's Kurt, if they go with the quality wrestling angle.
Kurt, I don't think so. The fact that it's too late for him to do any in-ring performance.
Fuck yeah. I swear to God.
Why I say that is the fact because when he said it in his own previous modern times that he when he was like already ready to go in Impact, he was ready to, when he came to WWE, like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to wrestle. GM, what's up with that? I don't want to be a GM. He wanted to wrestle. He wanted to compete.
Jason Jordan's dad, like, get the
fuck. I don't see Kurt Angle.
A little bit more on that, on the Kurt Angle option. When I went to the Wrestling Guy store, he was the last signing right before the pandemic, and I heard that he was not going to be doing a lot of pictures standing up because he could only stand, because he has bad knees. He could only stand up for a certain amount of time.
Broken freaking neck.
So for him to come in and try to come out of retirement, I really, really don't think that's any likelihood.
That's a really good insight, Mike.
Yes. At a ladder match. So I missed the detail that I kind of forgot the detail that one of the two debuts this Sunday is debuting in that ladder match, right? That Revolution ladder match.
Yes.
Okay. So that's one of two, though, right?
Yes.
We'll stick to my answers then. Perfect.
Yeah, that one we'll touch on that when we touch the card. But in the signing of what Paul White was saying, I feel this could be, and why not? I think Tony Khan has the balls to do it, and I think he would do it. I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar. I think if he is,
Brock is a good one.
He has the balls, and I think he would do that. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Brock doesn't give a shit about Vince.
Hell no. You think Brock?
You saw him throw that title belt at Vince. That was not a work. That was a shoot. He tried to take Vince's head off at, was that WrestleMania like 35 or 36? He lost 34. He goes to the gorilla position, which is the first room outside the ring. Mm-hmm. Chucks that belt right at Vince and says something like, I hope you're asshole. No, Brock said, like, take that shit, and Vince yelled asshole.
I have a question for both Chris and Mike, since you guys are definitely like have the expertise in MMA. What do you guys know about Brock Lesnar's cardio? Because I always keep hearing like he always gets blown up early in matches, all red.
Not necessarily. From his so his debut in MMA was not in UFC. It was in I forget the name of the event. It was like Indy Bimbaya. It wasn't an Inoki one. It was some name. I'll look it up. But I think he fought Ho-Man Choi or something like that. 3-round decision. It was against a gigantic 7-footer who really probably had no place being in there with Brock. His cardio is not that bad. When Brock gets finished, it's usually quickly, and cardio is not a factor. So the first Frank Mir fight, he got finished in like a minute. Cardio did not play a factor. He took Randy Couture to the 3rd round, finished him in the 3rd, which is great. The Shane Carwin match. Go back and watch the Shane Carwin match.
That's the perfect example. Yes.
He was getting his ass beat for literally 6 minutes on the ground on his back, turtling up, just defending from shots. I thought that fight could have been stopped immediately. He survives that storm, goes into the 2nd round, winks at Shane Carwin, smiles, takes him down and smashes the shit out of him, finishes him with a head and arm triangle. The Alistair fight, that was only about 3.5 minutes, not enough for cardio.
Maybe we could get both of them, Alistair and Brock.
That's great. That's something I thought
that'd be fun.
That'd be fun to watch.
They tried to do that Japanese work shoot with Kane and Brock, and that was actually kind of cool until Kane lost, which was fucking not good. Kane should have probably won that. But And then the Frank Mir rematch, he just smashed him for three rounds. So to answer your question, cardio has never been a reason Brock has ever lost a fight.
Agreed.
I mean, just him being able to have those long classic matches that we all love, you know, those 30-minute, 40-minute kind of thing, like New Japan type things.
The only reason he doesn't do that is why does he have to if he's going to get paid that flat $1 million pay-per-view rate?
There you go.
250 per Raw appearance, whether or not he's in the ring or not, and $1 million flat for pay-per-view matches, whether they're 30 seconds or 30 minutes.
The thing with Brock also is that he's kind of lost that mystique of invincibility, right? He lost against McIntyre. He lost against I forget who he lost at WrestleMania.
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, right?
Twice, right? Twice in a row. Like
so two losses at WrestleMania back to back. So him coming in 2012 and being this monster, that's kind of gone already in WWE.
He's funny now. Like he's funny. You know, he's doing that thing where like
the dancing with the boombox.
Yeah, he's having more fun with it.
The Money in the Bank appearance, which is probably one of my favorite wins of all time, because nobody knew that was happening, especially Mustafa Ali, who was on the ladder, who didn't know who was coming out. The way that story goes is Mustafa Ali, you're going to be on the ladder. Someone's going to come out and take it from you. We're not telling you who. So the look on his face when the music hit was pure actual
reaction.
Yeah, yes. And the fans hated it so much. They were like, oh, fuck. I loved it. I like Brock Lesnar. I like how much it pisses the crowd off. It's pretty great. And
that's why I feel that Tony Khan will have the balls to do it and fucking...
And he's gonna have the F5 Kenny Omega from the ring.
Hell no! He's gonna go after Wardlow. Hey, this is my move. This is my move. Fuck your F10. My F5.
He's gonna hit that. You know how there's a pool ringside or not ringside? What is that?
Daily
field side. What's the side of the field called? Field side. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jaguars play right behind where you watch AEW, and that's where the Stampede match was. Remember when Matt Hardy kept getting dunked in the pool? He's going to F5 him from the ring to that pool across the arena.
I mean, but that's how I feel about that he will do it.
One more thing on the potential of Brock being the one that shows up on Sunday. If you look at both Shaq and Big Show, I mean, Lesnar is not as tall as them, of course, but I feel that it kind of dwarfs everybody else. I don't know. I haven't gotten a sense of a lot of big guys other than Archer and Luchasaurus that could kind of match that sort of, you know, height.
There's 5 larger than life traditional Vince style guys, and that is Brian Cage, Lance Archer,
Jake Hager.
Jake Hager, but yeah, for sure.
Wardlow, you still got Wardlow.
So I feel like they're in need of more. They need more of those guys, right? In my opinion, and Lesnar, sure. Let's see how that goes, right?
You could build a lot of baby faces with them. I think the only thing I don't like is the
week to week though. He's gonna have to work week to week, and he fucking hates that, bro.
Yeah, and the Drew McIntyre match I didn't like. It was just spamming finishers, and it was, you know.
Yeah, that's how Brock matches are, which I get. It's 13 suplexes. But then you have to consider the fact that he likes living in his random ranch up in the middle of nowhere in Canada and having to come down to Florida and then also be COVID compromised because he still may or may not have diverticulitis, which is a disease that comes and goes. It doesn't ever just fully go away. Yeah, it can always flare right back up, especially with his diet, which is pure deer meat that he catches himself, which is what caused it to begin with. A lot of factors. If you didn't know any of that, now you do.
Oh yeah, and I knew about that. It just like, oh my god, that was a bad move on his part.
It is what it is. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad he's okay because he was close of, God forbid.
4 inches out of his colon, he had to get cut out, and 4 inches is a lot.
That's a lot. It's not like you're hell no. But yeah, no. Go ahead, director. Like, who do you think on this one will be the big signing?
Okay, cool. My turn. No worries. It's a very cut and clean. This is probably wishful thinking, and I don't know the contractual obligations to any previous employers, but I'd like to see Thea Trinidad come out and say, "I'm the big surprise." Just kidding. Here's Aleister Black, and he's in the match. That's your two.
I'm sorry.
That's in a perfect world. That's what I want to see. I don't give a shit if that's realistic or not. It's very realistic. I want that.
Hey, can I do this? This is not goes towards you, by the way. I'm doing this towards Mr. Seltzer. There you go. There you go.
That's my that is my very. I would love that. How can you imagine how great that would be?
Another curveball,
Yeah.
baby, curveball. Another
Yeah.
one that nobody.
She comes out and she's like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm the big deal. Oh yeah, by the way." And then Alistair comes out, fucking takes home the match. Black Masses, Scorpio Sky from the top of the cage off the ropes, dude. Fucking hell yeah, dude. Or off the ladder.
Oh my god, I love it.
I just want that so bad. I just want it so bad. I don't care if I'm wrong.
So there's the person in the ladder match, in addition to whoever Paul White mentioned.
Big signings.
Yeah, no. Paul said there's 2 big signings, and then he only talked about the person in the ladder match.
Yeah, because Tony Khan is going to announce this Sunday who's going to be the last participant on that ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
He said that on the post show that he had, the press conference that he had, and the post show AEW podcast that they have as well. He did mention that he's going to announce who's going to be the last participant on that ladder match. And then, Paul White didn't mention about there's a big signing.
There's not just one, there's 2.
There's 2 big signings that were and your Uncle Seltzer doesn't know shit about it. So I'm happy that he doesn't know shit. This is what I said about last week about the previous episode, that they already caught on to him, that they already know, look, motherfucker, really. Just because you want to be BFFs, yes, the Bucks named their finisher right after you, but fuck you. You're full of shit. Nobody loves you. And we already heard about your fucking tweet all over that you were
the tweet
that all that the bookers are actually looking at you because you're like you know how to book. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into that, but I'm like, fuck you, period. And your sidekick. That's what I wanted to say that.
First of all, fuck you all with the click you came and
But okay, let's move forward with that. Now let's move forward now with the the other participant who is now in the ladder match is Max Caster, who defeated 10. Damn, it was good to see -1 again. So,
bro, I straight up thought that was gonna be a tag team match, and -1 was gonna pin I don't know who the other gentleman is in the Acclaim.
Oh well, he's injured, so he's gonna be out for a while.
That would have been an easy pin for me.
Yeah.
Oh really?
I thought that was gonna be a tag match. I was like, oh shit, what is happening? But no, I'm kind of glad that it wasn't. But having -1 out there,
I love it though, man.
I love it. Yeah, let him run that as long as Mrs. -1 allows him to be there. Let him be there, man. That is.
I mean, he loves 10 because that's his hero. Besides being his father,
No, I know. What I'm saying is just like the obligations an actual child has and your parental responsibilities.
I think Tony Khan is playing very safe on this one, and I love that he is, and he's doing a fantastic job of that.
Which is why we haven't seen the return of Nicholas yet. He has obligations. He has school.
He's still tag champ. Never lost the belt.
Never lost the title. No.
Technically, right? But yes, I just want to move to the main event so we can jump in the card. I apologize, gentlemen, but I want to go ahead and Hangman Page and John Silver versus Matt Hardy and Mark Quinn. I'm gonna say for the first time, we keep repeating every time, and yes, we're seeing now different individuals main eventing weekly on these, on AEW Dynamite, and I'm glad to see that Silver is getting a spotlight. We mentioned in before on the archives that we have that he ever since that match with Orange Cassidy. Bam! He just is getting bigger and bigger for him, and people who have not paid, who's barely getting to know Silver, you should go back and go to his independent promotion days when he had all those matches with Orange and everybody else. He's an incredible worker. The same goes for Mark Quinn as well, Private Party. I'm glad these individuals are getting their spotlight with veterans like Hangman and Matt Hardy. Overall, good call. I love how the ending of it. We just see the whole. Debacle, everybody coming out of nowhere. But I did like Hangman just looking at Matt Hardy like this is going to be your fate this Sunday. And just like, just that clothesline. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's straight out. Oh, man. Not close to JBL, but, man, it's Stu Hansen style for me, man. That's how I see Hangman. I don't want to compare him to JBL because JBL's his admirer was Stu Hansen, who he looked up to.
Stan Hansen.
Dude,
Stan
Stan
Hansen.
Hansen.
Sorry, that's just
Original American strong.
my apologies. Stan Hansen. Excuse me. Thank you for correcting me. Stan Hansen. Yes, the originator of the fucking lariat clothesline. But yeah, I'll go to you, Mr. Money Mike. Your thoughts about that main event and overall the whole, clash, everything. What you thought about that?
Yeah, again, AEW putting up their, rising stars in the main event is always a great thing, right? The match itself, well done by everybody involved. This is that kind. These are the kind of matches that I want to see more often, and I really would like for this kind of style of matchup to happen more often, especially in the main event. So I thumbs up for me for sure.
Definitely. And also, Mr. Matt Callis, talk to me about this one.
A lot of aggressions and counters, especially like Matt Hardy was like, oh yeah, I hired somebody, I hired Jack Evans for this much amount of money as a mercenary. So it's like Matt Hardy could hire mercenaries whenever he pleases, and that allows like anybody to kind of show up like and turn heel whenever they need to, working as a mercenary for Matt Hardy.
Oh yeah. CK1.
What's going to be solved will happen at Revolution as far as like this contractual fuckery that's going on between Page and Hardy. And then maybe Matt Hardy and Private Party will take their business to Impact, I guess. I don't know, because there's some unfinished business they have over there with like Motor City Machine Guns. I don't want to get too much into how much we want Adam Page to just land somewhere. But hopefully
Adam Page and James Storm. That's now more than possible that the doors are open.
I want to see Adam Page in a storyline that doesn't involve a peanut gallery. I want to see Adam Page in a one-on-one storyline, not have to worry about 10 to 15 other people. I love Dark Order. I'd love to see him in there maybe you've done well, but I'd also prefer him to be the lone wolf, the cowboy, the solo guy, the Billy the Kid.
One-on-one's perfect.
Yeah. So when this is over, maybe they can just find him a good one-on-one storyline. Doesn't even have to be a love-hate type deal. It could just be like a mutual respect, kind of like I
want to be better than you.
Yeah, I'd love to see like him and Moxley, obviously, but we definitely predict Moxley's going to be taking some time off for parental duties coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
But this should be the last time we see Adam Page in this bizarre love triangle between contract stipulations with Money, Matt Hardy, Private Party, even Dark Order. At least get rid of one of them out of the picture. There's too much going on in AEW. I said it last week. There's so much going on, so many revolving characters going on that we need to just kind of make it a little bit more cut and dry.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
but yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My
no, that's it, man. I can't wait for Sunday, man. So many. I just want a lot of answers out of these questions.
Definitely. Before we move on with the main card, with the AEW Revolution, the reason why I wanted to save this last, and my apologies, Matt, that I didn't touch it yet. The reason why I want to save it because there was a lot of doubters in regards for this, because the fact that, it was, which I'm talking about the Nyla Rose and Rhea Muzunami, about that match. That match, I want to tell you this, why I'm saving that for last. The fact is, one, because Rhea won. Two is that people were like, not really happy about it, but I've been reading on social media platforms.
Who, the casuals who've never heard of her?
Yes, and that's why I wanted to. I'm gonna let Matt give them the knowledge, Mr. Matt Callis. But before I give you the floor, I wanted to say this very briefly to all our viewers and subscribers. Look, Rio is an incredible, fantastic athlete. If you did not watch the AEW Women's Tournament, go back, or even go back and look at her matches herself. In the in Stardom, anywhere, any promotion she's been, she's an incredible athlete, and she deserved that win. She put a fantastic match against Nyla Rose, and kudos to Nyla too that she took that beating and I loved it. I love how she sold it, and not only that, it's just that everybody was expecting Nyla against Hikaru at Revolution. No, you're not gonna fly someone from Japan coming over here just to have one fucking match and then go back later. Fuck no. No, we need someone new and fresh. And I'm glad Rio got that opportunity. And I won't be surprised if that match will probably be one of the toppest on the pay-per-view card. You never know. Never say never. But Mr. Matt Callis, the floor is yours, and I want to give the people what they want, courtesy of Dirty Heels.
Right here. So Ryo Mizunami's got an arsenal of moves on her, and she's definitely not some boring athlete. She has a fun gimmick. Something I want to tell you guys about is the Japanese truck cultures. Japan has these trucks that are like raves on wheels that light up with all these different decorations and sounds. Ryo Mizunami's like the woman wrestler version of those party trucks. And that's why she has that whole party rave image. She comes to the ring dancing with the light up glasses and the chain, gets the crowd pumping, gets everybody dancing. She does the rope pole thingy here and there, She makes it fun, and that's something brand new. That's something we don't have over here, and we don't have like a fun, almost reminds us like Scotty Too Hottie, but except can powerbomb people through tables. So it's like,
or Nia Jax, not Nia Jax, not really. My bad. Sorry. And the NY. That's all it was. The NY caught me off. I'm sorry. I'm excited. Go for it.
So Nyla Rose is a little bit more decorated this time around. She's got she's got the flaps and everything. She's got the flaps and the whole. I think she has a whole new ring gear. Just looking way fancier, and she definitely got more. I'd say this match was more like 40% Nyla offense onto the 60% retaliation that Ryo Mizunami, like every move that Nyla could throw at Ryo Mizunami, she had a really good counter for. And I love those leg drops, those top rope.
Wasn't there one on the apron?
Oh my God.
There was two on the apron.
On the apron.
That's the hardest part of the ring. Sorry, that's
yeah.
If you don't know that joke, it's a joke.
It's like how do you destroy a tall giant? You got to chop it off branch by branch, and that's basically what Ryo Mizunami was doing. She's a big girl as well. Another thing to let you guys know that
thicker than a Snickers. She does not skip leg day. I'll just say that right now.
She's fat. For her size, she is fast. I'm telling you that right now.
She can squat probably a car and run just as fast as it. Yeah.
And I guess the other thing to add to Ryo Mizunami, you guys, Excalibur on the microphone calls her Anaki. If you guys don't know what Anaki means in Japanese, that means older brother. So that's hence the whole short hair, kind of like, I'm older brother, I'm Anaki. Right. So I think another word is Ni-san. Ni-san is also older brother in Japanese, but
that means 2 and 3.
Yeah, Ni-san.
Let me ask you this.
Ni-san. No.
Let me ask you this, man, very briefly. You saw the aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he got to went up there. She went up
with
there
the trophy. Presents her with the trophy.
Yeah, bow. But damn, just those forearms. I'm like, shit. Well, is that, and my apology. I'm sounding like a mark, but straight out, like, is that traditional in like that when it comes to Yoshi? Program?
It might be even something from Strong Style, just like come from like the. I'd say these are like the daughters of Minoru Suzuki you're seeing here. A little bit because when they do the forearm exchanges, and those are stiff forearms. You're not. There's no way to fake that.
There were no way to fake that. I'll tell you that right now. But thank you very much, Mr. Matt Callis, for explaining.
What'd you guys think of that match?
That's
Mike, as somebody who's not familiar with Ryo Mizunami, what'd you think?
Yeah, well, so I've seen every single match in this tournament, both brackets, and I must say that the Japanese side really, really impressed me. I was not expecting such. I mean, because I'm not really familiar with it, the Japanese style. I was not expecting such great matches out of everybody, right?
Yeah.
For me, obviously, the standout was Maki Ito because of the entertainment, side. But I am totally, completely, 100% okay with Mizunami being the winner of the overall tournament. I do definitely think that she is going to go on to Revolution and win the title.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just going to bring somebody from Japan and not, not just, and just have them there, right? I feel like she's going to win it, and should be a great match. I'm looking forward to it very much.
Chris.
This was the match that if you didn't respect Nyla Rose's in-ring ability for whatever reason, if you thought that she was just the bigger woman power bombing tiny Asian women through the ring, this was the match that should have changed that for you. She put her work in. I mean, we know that she lost to Rio a year ago for the title. But this is the first time where she took the bumps that she was giving. She took the damage that she's used to dish out. I don't want to say she paid her dues because she's already done that. She absolutely belongs there with the best Japan has to offer. And this wasn't a casual fans match per se. This was definitely a match that had to happen to establish who was next in line for that title. Nyla's had it. She'll probably get it back someday. This is Rio's time to kind of put Japan on the market in America right now in front of an audience that I think will truly appreciate it. It didn't work out too well in the late 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s. The Kaientai thing kind of went comedy style. I remember Taka Michinoku versus Aguila at WrestleMania 14 was a great match. Jerry Lawler was just making jokes the whole time. And it was the wrong place, wrong time. At least they tried, but like WCW definitely knocked it out of the park. They had Ultimo Dragon. Sasuke was over there for a little bit. Jushin Liger. This is the females version of what WCW laid the groundwork for in the Asian market in front of an audience that I think will appreciate it.
And you know what? Like how you're putting it that way, I feel that in AEW's perspective, to be honest, is not. Because it's remind you that WWE, especially how Paulo Vic has done a phenomenal job with the Japanese women wrestlers in NXT. He has done that. Even we already know that Vince. I don't even want to touch that basis because we're not even talking about Vince right now. But the fact is that at least Paul Levesque was able to go ahead and introduce, Asuka Kana was able to introduce her. Kairi Sane was able to introduce Io Shirai. The way how they developed in NXT was like astonishing for everyone because they weren't familiar with Japanese women wrestlers as well, and that crowd. And I'm glad that, and like I said, I might get heated for this, but I feel that, obviously Kenny has a lot to do with this on his mainly part because he has the relationships over there.
Hikaru booked it.
Yeah, definitely. And then, she booked the whole tournament. We already know that, but I'm talking about like the beginning when we started seeing Japanese and stars in AEW because none of them are familiar with these underrated women. For me, I don't call them underrated, but I'm quoting that because
I'd say under. I don't want to say that either. I wouldn't want to say
not exposed,
not underexposed to Western culture.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Because they're all great wrestlers, and wrestling is as big as it's ever been in Japan. It always has. There's been no lulls in Japanese wrestling.
Indeed,
but so the Western market is definitely something to be had for sure.
And Ryu Mizunami spent her time, like she was there for that first Double or Nothing, like Excalibur said on commentary. I was there at Double or Nothing, seeing her walk into the ring, that day. I didn't forget. She was a tough, rough and tumble. Like she definitely stood out when I saw her at Double or Nothing. So
yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, I'm just glad they have this opportunity. They have this platform where they're able to expose them, and I'm hoping nothing but the future. Because
I'll say, you guys, that was my favorite match of the night, personally.
Personally, for me,
yeah, I mean,
it was.
It's not disrespectful to say that. It doesn't disrespect the other matches on the card for sure. This was the one where it was a one-on-one match that had a very clean storyline. There was no drama. It was just.
It was an actual fucking tournament. That's what I liked. It was a tournament, and that's what I love about tournaments. It is no interruptions, none of that bullshit. It's just straight out, flat, one-on-one.
No interference. No storyline. There's no contracts on the line. It was just a knockout, drag 'em, woman versus woman fight.
Exactly. Great spots.
And I love it. And I'm looking forward to seeing more. I'm looking forward to seeing more of that, especially on the women's side. All right. Now let's move on to the card, ladies and gentlemen. The last topic of the night, for part one, before we go to jump into part two, which we will, Mike and I, we have a lot to talk about when it comes to NXT and WWE. That's for sure. We got a lot to talk about it. Matt as well. Matt and New Japan. Oh, man, we got a lot to talk about that too. We'll discuss that on part two, so don't go anywhere with that. So now let's go ahead and talk about our predictions of AEW Revolution. Revolution. Yes. Spanish, Spanglish, lo que sea, whatever you
Revolution,
like.
that's the main boulevard in Tijuana. That's
Simón, vato loco for life, ese. Purple debate for life, ese. Blood in, blood out. All right.
Does that make me
Miklo?
Miklo, bro.
Miklo, bro. Give me some chon.
No, look, you're Miklo. I'm Magic.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Magic.
Matt can be the kid that does the heroin. I don't know. I'm just kidding. There's not a lot like it.
No, yeah, Matt is Cruz. And,
okay.
Yeah, and Mike, because he has a Marine haircut. He's Paco. He's Paco right there. That's for sure. Nobody's here, Popeye, right? Nobody's here, Popeye. Right. All right, so let's move on to the cards. I'm going to announce them just down the line. So we do have the buy-in, which is the pre-show, which is Rigo and Thunder Rosa teaming up versus Britt Baker and Rebo. Then we move on into the Casino Battle Royale tag team. The winner of that get a shot at the tag team titles. Miro, Kip Saban versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck. Then we got the big money match, Adam Hangman Page versus Matt Big Money Hardy. Then we also have Team Taz in the street fight against Darby Allin and Stang. Who? Stang. Then we have the AEW Women's Championship on the line, which we have Hikaru Shida defending it against Ryo Musanami. Then we have the Tag Team Championship, the Young Bucks defending the titles against MJF and the Jagoat. The Jagoat.
I love that you use that. I came up with that. The Jagoat, by the way.
I know. I'm using it because of you, brother.
That's what he is.
That's courtesy of you.
Greatest Jericho of all time.
And also, then we have the main event, first ever barbed wire exploding match. Kenny Omega, that's right, versus Jon Moxley. And by the way, we did forget to mention that we did see Unita in that promo package.
That was an awesome promo, by the way.
And I loved it, too, that he explained that, I don't want to be part of this shit. Like, that type of ghetto style, I'm ghetto, man. What do you expect? But I love that, like, how Unita broke it down, like, this is a dangerous match. And the fact is, if you guys did not see Rewind, Recap, Relive, courtesy of Jonah, watch that interview that he had with Sabu and Jeremy Prophet, another brother from another mother from Jofo in the ring. Sabu mentioned there that Unita is the one that has the most barbed wire matches. Not Sabu. Everybody thought Sabu had that exploding. No. Unita has the most of that of all time. So... wow, I wasn't like, whoa, I didn't know that myself. And you know what? We had mentioned it to Jonah to Matt. That's what Matt, what did you knew that? Because how come you didn't tell us that shit? No,
in addition to that, guess who Onita's teaming with in Japan? Onita's teaming with Maki Ito and Chris Brooks for these big group brawls. And like he even gifted her his barbed wire baseball bat in DDT. And then it's a mat, and there are these Japanese manzai comedians from Osaka that show up just to brawl with them. It's the one of them dresses up like Superman and shit.
You are of Japanese wrestling culture, the me of MMA. Like, you are so fucking out there. Like, I love it. I'm so glad you're here because we would have no.
That's why we are called Circle of Debate.
We got specialists.
That logo right there behind Mike, man. That is what's up, dude. That table is the world.
I mean, I would like to also say this.
Behind Mike?
Ivan. I said Ivan.
For free on YouTube, there's also another.
Don't go back and watch the episode and correct me in the comments, please. I correct myself in my own comment section so no one else does. You can. It's true. So
okay, it's okay. I'm saying we are taking all over the world. That's what it is. Callus, where's your glasses? You got to say it. You got to say We don't just make podcasts.
Oh yeah. So it's
say the
definitely
line,
coming.
Matt. I mean,
Say the line.
Don.
Don, you gotta make the,
You know, just letting you guys know, like other podcasts, they just make podcasts. We make history.
there you go.
We make history. We don't make podcasts. We make history here on Circle of Debate. No, but talking about back to exploding barbed wire matches, there's actually a women's exploding barbed wire match, and her name escapes me at the moment. It's
I got my shit.
oh yeah, Megumi Kodo versus Shark Chushia, and there's also Megumi Kodo versus Combat Toyota, and those are both for free on all for free on YouTube. And you know, just like that, these women bleed like from the face in these matches. It's brutal.
Is this it right here? Megumi Kudo versus Shark Tsuchiya?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No spoilers.
Women's
No spoilers.
exploding.
No
I'd say
spoilers.
There's no
to everybody
spoilers.
who's watching this is something to watch after, you know, after
Oh
you
my
finish
God.
watching Circle of Debate. You could watch your women, because we were talking about Atsushi Onita. Let's talk about Megumi Todo. We got to show her love. Like, to anybody who underestimates Japanese women, here you go. Here you go. This
Oh
is
my God. Oh my God.
Oh, spoilers. We'll watch that. You guys are watching those spoilers.
yeah.
We're done.
So-
All right, so let's
The question
Yeah, go
question is which match we're looking forward to.
You named it right after. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought okay. So basically, obviously the exploding death match or whatever, barbed wire death match. Man, that title is just something out of a movie, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to, as we mentioned, the women's championship. I'm actually looking forward to Bucks versus MJF and Jericho. It should be a great card. Oh, you know, I'm very much ready for Sunday. And yeah, I mean, I haven't looked forward to a pay-per-view on a Sunday this much in a while. So here we go.
There you have it. Director, talk to me, baby.
Definitely that barbed wire match, because we know what happened the first time those two fought at All or Nothing. I know Kenny said that was the most painful match he'd ever been in. Especially, I think he took like a superplex and a paradigm shift onto planks. So that is definitely, without a doubt, I think everybody's looking forward to the most. But to be fair, I cannot wait for that ladder match. There's like, how many people are going to be in that? 5, 6, 7, 8?
6, which
Yeah.
we will get to that right after when we're done.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what AEW does with that. Yeah, I just can't wait to see what happens. That's because you have so many different styles too. Because you're gonna have big guys, small guys, fast guys, power guys, a ladder, a debut. That is probably going to be the sleeper hit of the summer right there. That's going to be the match that, like, people are going to talk about the Kenny match, but then they're going to talk about this second.
I'm going to say this right now, just courtesy of Kofi Weeson, because he did tell me to tell you this. Which, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, watch the League of Extraordinary podcast, of course. Dirty Heels, Rewind, Recap, Relive, the James 90s Wrestling.
Joe
Joe in the ring, Frank, Kyle, and Jeremy. And also we got Straight Talk Wrestling, George Mackay. Also we got Hafiz and Devin Clark Street. And
Yeah, we got some new people coming in too.
yeah, we got a lot more coming.
Yeah, we're getting
major
bigger.
announcement.
It's not the original 5. We're
more.
all taking over our territories. We're like the territories of podcasts.
That's
Mhm.
right, definitely. But Kofi wanted me to tell you this. He is with you about
With me or with Matt?
with you. With you.
Oh,
Chris.
okay.
He's
Kofi
with
loves me.
you.
I love how much Kofi loves me. He's like my biggest fan, and I'm his. It's great.
He's with you on his prediction was. You've been saying it in the archives, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, subscribe, watch our archives.
Oh, is he talking about what I think he's about to talk about?
He mentioned about Stang turning on Darby Allin.
He's not stealing my idea. He had that on his own.
No, he said that on the podcast. He's
Awesome,
with you.
awesome, man. I'm
He
with
said
him.
that he's with you. That Sting's
We
gonna
have
turn on
3
him.
more days, and we're gonna be proven We're gonna be proven right, man.
Yeah,
Wrestling gods are.
I kind of hope Sting, if Sting does turn heel, I hope he could be funny while doing it too. You know.
Oh, I think he's gonna be a sarcastic asshole. Like, you think that I'm this good guy?
I love that.
You think that I'm this icon? That's the Steve Borden I want to see. I want to see that. I want to see almost like a CM Punk smartass.
Yeah, and
That'll be kind of fun.
That's the one. He's with you. I don't. Well, he's one. He's with me on this other one. The other one he's with me is that the Young Bucks are overrated.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's like a bold statement, right?
That's a very Cornette kind of.
My biggest compliment to the Young Bucks is they don't fuck up their crazy spots very much.
No.
They consistently hit their springboards almost every single time. Every time they do like the Meltzer driver or the 450 tombstone, which is like Meltzer driver 2.0 or whatever the fuck.
Fucking name. I hate it.
They constantly are hitting those springboards like nothing. And I'm just like, the amount of times they do it, they're bound to mess one up and they just don't. So whether or not they're over or underrated, they're consistently not messing up some crazy spots. So
that's a debate that you need to have with hopefully.
Well, it's not really a debate. It's a fact. They're just not messing up. No, I'm not saying whether or not they're good or bad to be entertained by. I'm just saying the fact is, look how many times they pull off a crazy spot and then measure how many times they fuck it up. If that percentage is 1%, that means that they're not bad.
You know, I'll be on not just be on Chris's side, but I'll say from this point of view, they really care about what their fans think and what the people think. So as executive vice presidents, they're very connected. They're like inside the minds of us. They think like us, the modern wrestling fans.
They do a thing where they do what kind of, like a musician, like as us as musicians, we say that we want to write the music we want to hear. But we do also care about what other people want to hear, and we do care that our fans like our music. They're a lot like that. They can say they don't care about whatever the fuck, but they do. They wrestle the way they want to wrestle, and they do wrestle the way that they think the fans want to see them wrestle. And I think that translates pretty well, at least amongst their fans, not amongst Kofi and you.
Yeah. I mean, me, because I'm just that. Man, it's for me. This is a tough one for me on that one because I'm just tired of. I need this fucking Good Brothers and fucking Young Bucks to be over with. I needed them fight already because I'm tired of seeing
another month or two.
Tired of this shit. I'm like, this is like what's bothering me. I know Mike been telling me for a while, like, hey, wait until let it cook. Okay, I'm waiting, but I'm hungry. I want this shit already to happen. That's what I want. Oh,
Ivan, I don't think I got to the mat. Like, did we already get everybody? No, I don't think I got
missing.
to.
No, you're missing. I was gonna get to you.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes. No, I'm not gonna. Come on. You think I'm gonna forget about you?
Yeah. Of course not. Of course not.
Plus, you're the one screwing the Young Bucks, anyways. I'm getting to you, Don Callis. What the hell?
Oh, okay. That kind of screwing.
Hey, we're TVMA, but not that TVMA. Right?
Bro, I was like, what's happening?
For blood, not blood from. We're blood from the head, not blood from the.
No more details. Go ahead. Continue.
Blood from here. from fist.
Remind you, we have audio platform listeners.
Yeah, blood from the head.
Thank you.
From the head on my shoulders.
Looking forward to Mr.
Yeah.
So the match, the surprisingly enough, I'm actually, because of both the Mizunami Hikaru Shida or Thunder Rosa and Riho versus Britt Baker and Reba, and or Rebel, not Reba. You go through so many different names with her, but like both matches have inklings or reasons. Me, Maki Ito, flying her flag. She could do run-ins at either of these matches because she has reasons to interfere in both of them. She's got history with Thunder Rosa. She has history with Riho. Both of them, like both of her rivals in Tokyo Joshi Pro, are on one team. And then Maki Ito even retweeted Britt Baker. I'll get revenge for you, is what she said to Britt Baker. She could also interfere in that match between Hikaru Shida and Ryo Mizunami just because she wants to, Ryo Mizunami's who eliminated Maki Ito in the tournament, in addition to the fact that Hikaru Shida's been the one on Choco Pro on Gato Mauve. Like, she's been the one that Hikaru Shida's been dissing the most. Like, you're not the cutest in the world. You're not that big of a deal. Like, even when Chris Brooks went on Gato Mauve and was saying, it's like, oh yeah, she's like Spider-Man. She's the underdog. She's not Superman. And Hikaru Shida just kept giving her rebuttals in Japanese. So, that could be the one we could see Maki's in-ring debut, or I mean, not in-ring debut, American debut inside of an American ring. And then of course, the other one, the Kenny Omega Moxley match. I'm wondering how far they'll go to the point that they might actually bring. Somebody might be like driving a truck into the ring, or if they're gonna, because we keep forgetting Tony Khan's budget. Like, how much is he willing to spend on matches, or how crazy and memorable he wants it to be? Like, is he going to put the money in to crash a helicopter into the ring at the end of that match? Like, Kenny Omega and Moxley are literally going to be in a helicopter and they're going to crash a helicopter into the ring. Like, are they going to drive a truck into the ring, like a big rig? Like, what's going to happen? Like, are they going to literally
Kurt Angle with the milk truck?
Yeah, with a milk truck, except it's going to blow up. Except, like, not just the ring's going to explode. Maybe they might blow up Daly's place completely. And then, and that's like maybe.
What am I thinking of where they did a fake version of that? Where the was it DX?
That Vince McMahon limo.
The limo thing,
explosion?
yeah. Was there one where they pretended to blow up a building at one point too? Was that like a DX sketch where they pretended to blow up? Yes. I think when they had like the tank, they brought the tank. Remember that DX drove the tank to WCW?
Yeah.
And then I think later that night they were like, and fire, and they pretended to blow up the WCW arena.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be like that.
Yeah, right? That'll be hilarious if it doesn't happen.
Or it's going to be like, it's just, I hope it's not like cheesy. Like, speaking of Paul White, if it's not going to be cheesy like Hulk Hogan versus the Giant, where it's like, oh no, I threw him off of the building.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Or no,
Oh, my
God, no.
God damn. Why do you no. I got to take a little, I'll be right back.
All right. So, I mean, okay, so I'll give mine very briefly then, I guess. On the card, before we move forward, who's going to be the second big announcement? We'll talk about that when Chris gets back. All right. This match, I'm looking forward. I am actually looking forward to see honestly, I am looking forward to see the Hangman and Matt Hardy one. I want to see what type of match Matt Hardy will give to Hangman. And I remind you, gentlemen, that this is two different type of styles. You have WWE style and, New Japan style. And I feel like this is going to be a heavy hitting match between both of them. And I just want to see who's going to lose the first quarter money. So that's what I'm looking forward to see. And I'm like how Chris said earlier, I'm hoping that that Hangman wins this match, or doesn't matter. Like, just move forward with this storyline.
Don't drag it out anymore.
Yeah. Goes to a different direction. And I'm hoping that he finally joins Dark Order. Come on, we need your Dark Order, buddy. We want your Dark Order. The reason why I say that, because we said this probably before in the archives. We have said that I feel like maybe he could give him that evilness back, golden heel status. Maybe so. You never know. Or that hard hitting, not giving a shit. Excuse me. I mean, I might get heat for this, but you two, I want to get your opinions about it. This could be your big ass APA type of style. You know what I mean? Like, hard hitting, like, just, all right, we're having a couple of drinks. Hey, yeah, hey, man, hey, whatever. Having a little fun, BTE, whatever, right? And then we'll take it seriously. All right, we're going to kick some ass type of thing. I don't know. I mean, money might go. I don't know if you agree with me on that, or what do you have a rebuttal for that? How do you feel that
I definitely agree. I feel that it could be a lot of fun to have Hangman win this match. There's many ways you could go about it.
I've driven by their house. I was nearby. So
on the other end,
$20 billion mansion.
Yeah. On the other end, we could.
That felt really good, you guys. You should have been there.
On the other side of the coin here, we got Matt Hardy with possibly even more money. This is kind of a new gimmick for him at this point. So I don't think that they're going to really let him lose that money right now. I don't see it. I don't see Hangman winning this match, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Matt, how do you feel about that, what I said?
It's yeah, they need to move on with it, and I agree with Chris. I want to see one-on-one, and like everybody's been
the Adam Page section.
Yeah, Adam Page.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, But other than that, because of Impact, this is the one thing a lot of people have been fantasizing about because of that cowboy gimmick. I want to see James Storm and Hangman Page. That Moxley versus Hangman Page is also going to be really cool. I actually want that.
That'd be really cool.
I want that sooner than later. I actually want that sooner. At least maybe we could see it in late April. Who knows?
Yeah, well,
or Moxley doesn't take this, parental sabbatical like we all assume he's going to do, and he has every right to do so.
There's a few parents in AEW that
Cody's
could do.
Still around, but obviously, Brandy's still with child, just like Renee.
I mean, Cody's the executive vice president. He's not just a wrestler. He's got to run things in the office and all that.
Yeah,
but you can do that on your phone from wherever he lives right now.
Yeah,
it's text, bro. Now we have the technology that we're able to run shit by the phone.
Yeah. But yeah, the Hangman thing, for sure, would just like to see him just wash away the clouds of this dirt mess of. It's not a bad storyline. There's just so many characters.
Yeah. All right. So let's end the last topic of the night. We did not touch bases on the ladder match for the number one contendership of the TNT World. To get to that title shot, which is so far we do have these individuals who are involved. We do have Scorpio Sky, set up Pentagon, Cody Rhodes, who is involved. And now we have Max Caster. So now they're Lance Archer, excuse me. That's another one. So now it's a six individual that we're missing on this, which we did touch earlier about Paul White, this big announcement. Now this is the second one. I'm going to go with you, director. Who should be this sixth individual? Tony Khan said he's gonna be making the announcement. He's gonna be the one saying, this guy is very worthy. I didn't get too much details of what he exactly said, but he said this individual is gonna be very worthy. He's another big signee, and I'm looking forward to see this individual make an impact in AEW coming up this Sunday. Who do you feel the right fit to debut in that ladder match this Sunday?
I mean, I'm going to stick with what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Realistically, I don't know what the contract situation is with Mr. Aleister Black in WWE. I know sometimes you do have that 90-day no-show clause where you can't, or no-compete clause.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thea Trinidad is way outside that right now. Obviously, she's not going to be in the match. But it's just what I want. I want it so bad. I don't want to change my prediction, even if I'm wrong. I will maybe try to come up with a backup for that, and it could be somebody like Zack Sabre or Marty Scurll. I don't think Marty Scurll is really in a position right now socially to be a big name on TV, given the issues that he's dealing with right now. Maybe
I will touch about that in part 2. But,
yeah, so I mean, he's a great wrestler, great character, but that does not reflect who the man is behind the plague mask, if you will. But yeah, if I had to pick someone that wasn't Aleister Black, Aleister Overeem showing up in that match. If Aleister Overeem showed up in that match, here's how it goes down. You have all 5 people on the ladder, and Aleister comes up and picks up that ladder with all 5 people above it and throws them all out of the ring.
I'll be fun.
It just grabs the belt without a ladder or whatever they have hanging up there. I so love my prediction that I don't really have a second pick, man. Like, I don't think it's going to be Jeff Hardy. It could be what's homeboy that showed up, the big Samoan gentleman who had one match in AEW. Now he's in Japan. The big guy with
Jeff Cobb. He's
Cobb.
from
Yeah. Not Samoan.
Oh my God!
He's from Guam.
Guam. Oh, okay, I wasn't too far off though.
Yeah, you're Pacific Islander. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If Jeff Cobb, oh shit!
Yeah, Jeff Cobb would be a safe bet. I'd love to see that.
I actually haven't seen him in New Japan for a minute, so he's highly likely.
I saw a highlight of him doing something recently. I'm not sure exactly where that was, but Jeff Cobb would probably be a safer second bet.
Yeah, that might have been like maybe a month and a half ago, because I haven't even seen him. Like we haven't even seen Jeff Cobb in any recent New Japan events either. So you would be a good choice.
What is going on with you, sir? Wait a minute. That means you have not been watching New Japan.
Oh yeah, never mind. Jeff Cobb's been ghosting.
Somebody's in trouble in part 2. Yes, you are, because I need to put you on check on that one, man. How the hell did I keeping up more than you? What the hell?
Possibly. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's it, man. I got nothing else besides. I mean, Alistair's who I want so badly, so very, very badly, and then Jeff Cobb would be a safe bet who could actually probably more realistically pull it off. But then after that, it's just like I'll be surprised when it happens. If it is Alistair Black, though, I'm going to be the host of the show for like a week. So you get ready to get that seat up.
All right, I will. Fuck it. You heard it here first.
And, okay, whoever's prediction is right, I say that should be the bet. And if Ivan's right, he gets to keep his seat.
You said for the week, right?
Just for a week. So if we don't have any episodes next week, then it doesn't. Yeah, all right. Fuck. God damn it.
If that's the case, then you're gonna take over the upcoming interviews, and you're gonna take over the episode.
Oh, good. Anybody who gets it right.
I'll be the co-host finally.
All right.
I will take.
I like that.
Back.
We should do more of this.
All right, and that means you got to write your notes. Then that means you got to. Oh man, you got a lot of things.
So this would be for
the ladder match.
Yeah, which we made our predictions earlier, but we can talk about it.
You ready to write all
I made
these?
my prediction for the Hall of Fame worthy person, right?
Yes.
For ladder match, Rob Van Dam.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
I'm going
He
with
specializes at it. He's great in ladder matches.
Say?
Yeah, for having Tony Khan introduce you, I think Rob Van Dam would be a good name for that.
Yeah.
All right. Matt Callis.
You know, RVD is a good choice, but I have to, there's we could even see. I'm open to somebody from New Japan showing up for that one in particular, because I think they hinted at a WWE person for Paul White's guy, But ladder match, I think we could see. I think I'm kind of hoping for somebody from New Japan, or somebody like that. But RVD is a pretty safe bet, so I'm just gonna go with RVD for now, because I can't.
I love that a lot.
Yeah.
RVD is physically not out of shape at all.
Same age as Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I'm
actually a couple months younger.
I'm with you guys. It has to be RVD on this one. I think, I believe it's going to be RVD, because remind you that Tony Khan is a big ECW fan. He grew up with ECW. He went to the event. So RVD's a free agent. And if you have not seen the interview he had with James from the 90s Wrestling Podcast, go watch that on his YouTube channel. I mean, yeah, he's a free agent. He's has ventures going. He has a CBD company going. So I do see RVD maybe showing up for this major signee. You never know. I don't know. It's a tough one, but I'm on a safe side. I'll play it. It'll be RVD. So
yeah, I would probably, if I were to actually put money down, like if you all said $20 right now, it'd be RVD. If you say no money, it's Alistair.
I'm playing it safe to be RVD, because I don't know who else. I mean, we can name some. We can name Christian is not under contract because he's actively very, going.
I don't know. I'm not excited about that. That'd be cool and all.
I would be excited. I would be.
It would be cool.
I was excited for him.
I want him to get paid and stuff like that. It's not like I just wouldn't be. It's like when Big Show came over. I wasn't like, oh my god, there's so many possibilities. I can't wait to see.
I'd like Christian to go straight to Kenny if it is him. Like just directly after the match, go right to Kenny, so we could get more like kind of a Canadian, because we won't like. Yeah, I mean, God rest Owen Hart's soul, but like just anytime we get great Canadian legends of the business.
Smith, Davey Boy Smith Jr. Wow, he's a free agent.
Oh, how come? See, I had to think. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pointing that out.
Huge signings. You mentioned Canadian, so I mean,
yeah.
David Boy Smith Jr.
That's another person like
Harry Smith. Wow, that's another one. You never know.
Let's put Kenny against any Canadian guy just for that, and then maybe have some
Jeremy Prophet. There you go. Why not? Yeah.
Let's bring him in.
All right, yeah. So we'll find out. So don't forget to stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday, AEW Revolution. Make sure you tune in. I believe that's going to be on BR Live. Make sure you purchase that. Be 7 o'clock. Eastern time, 4 o'clock Pacific time, and we're looking forward for that. And do apologize, gentlemen, for this episode 1. We did have technical difficulties, internet, fucking Spectrum, but can't say anything about it. It is what it is. But yes, thank you very much for tuning into part 1. Don't forget to tune in part 2. We will, Mike and I and Matt will have a lot of discussion more coming up. We'll have to discuss about New Japan's already day 1 and day 2.
Lots to talk about.
A lot, because we have a lot. New Japan coming up. We had the 49th anniversary show will happen, and we have the New Japan J Cup in Japan and USA qualifiers as well. And also we have to discuss about Mike. We haven't got Mike's thoughts about the newly crowned world champion in WWE. We haven't talked about that, so I want to get Mike's thoughts and very briefly about this past week's NXT Pro Wrestling news. So make sure, don't go away. So make sure you tune in on part 2. It'll be right after you finish part 1. So enjoy our sponsors. And also to say, we bid you due to El Señor Director, the director, because he has to go trabajar. Trabajar meaning work. He has to go work. It's an unfortunate.
Tiene que ir al jale.
Al jale, there you go. Yes. See, we speak Spanish over here.
For the feria.
Yo quiero trabajo. I don't know. Did I say that right?
And he said it right.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I know enough words to get me through this conversation.
Of course. So thank you very much for tuning in part 1. So don't forget to tune in part 2 right after this, after our sponsors.